Hello everybody, welcome to Hoopla, and today we're going to talk about the Child's Play series. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the news on this, let me get you up to speed. So, last movie that came out for this series was Cult of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky, if you guys haven't seen this film, is amazing. Let's just say I got a little too excited about this movie.
Okay, you want to watch a movie that makes you get excited and wonder what the hell just happened? It's Cult of Chucky. Holy crap. I'm not spoiling anything for anybody. This was a great movie.
Yeah. So when I heard that they're doing a television series, I was totally excited. I think this is great because it's still going to be in the canon. Especially after what happened in the movie, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with this. But then some new news came out. MGM wants to do a reboot. Now, I'm kind of a person that's all for a reboot as long as it seems like it's gonna be good. And so I'm still kind of like, okay, well they want to do their own thing with the series. That's great, that's wonderful. However, there's a little news coming out. They really want to steer away from the canon. So supposedly, and this is supposedly, okay, maybe I shouldn't do air quotes, but supposedly what they're doing is Chucky is not going to be possessed. He is going to be a doll with malfunctioning AI. I don't know how I feel about that, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's talk about the canon, the original canon here. Do you guys really know why this is so popular? It's not because of the gore, it's not because of the writing necessarily. I mean, the writing is part of it, but what makes the original canon great is the psychology of all of its characters. Not just Chucky, not just Tiffany. Like, I'm not talking about just like the villain. I'm talking about everybody in the canon. Everybody has a very unique psychology to them, and that psychology brings a lot to the table. And especially when you're talking about Charles Lee Ray, I'm fascinated with the character of Chucky because of the psychology. You never really know what's going through his mind. He's a sleazeball. He is a sicko. Even when you know what he's going to do, you never know what he's going to do. And that's what's great about just this character in general. But even if you go down the line to Andy, Tiffany, even these new characters coming out in the canon, even the ones in the recent film who are just side characters, they have their own psychology that does bring stuff to the table with the storyline of that movie. And even if they're just there for a short time because they die and never come back, it just adds stuff to it, and that's what's great about it. So, hearing that the reboot's gonna have this whole AI thing, two things come to my mind. Number one is you're gonna lose the psychology of Chucky. Okay, because you've already ruined it with malfunctioning AI. Because now you've told the audience that this is what's happening, they are not going to have a psychological and emotional attachment. Granted, it's a bad attachment, but an attachment to this villain character. The other thing is honestly, I just think that you're gonna lose the personality now that people know that there's not really a real human soul in this doll, that now it's malfunctioning AI. And again, it goes back to the attachment thing. Are people really going to get interested? And when it comes to reboots too, I do get concerned because some horror reboots are great and some are not so great. And I think sometimes it is because we are attached to the original canon. They did a reboot of Evil Dead, and after I watched this film, I wanted this second one because it was well done. They took the original canon and they went, okay, what was great in the original canon? Okay, what can we take from that? Let's rearrange that, let's do some different things with it, but let's keep that. Not to mention too is they upped the gore factor, which was terrific. I was very happy about that. But then you got movies like the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. Now, I didn't mind this reboot. It wasn't bad. But my problem with it is I was still attached to the original canon. I liked what they did with this one. However, it wasn't as creepy. And I think that's because the psychology of Freddy changed. We went from a guy who is an unpredictable sleazeball to a guy who seems more like a pedophile Hannibal Lecter, where there's he kind of has an elegance to him in a way. Even though he's still Freddy, there's like an elegance to him. And I was like, this really isn't Freddy. It's a different version of Freddy. I can accept this to a point, but Freddy is not supposed to be elegant. He's just supposed to be a dangerous sleazeball. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think MGM is doing this because they feel that a reboot should be done. They're doing it for two reasons. One is money. Two is the fact that I feel with some of the news coming out, I think they're pissed off that everybody's doing really well with Universal, so they're just kind of like, well, you know, the canon's doing so good, so let's just put our middle fingers up to all of them and say, hey, we're doing our own Chucky film. So, yeah, and that's just a theory. I'm not saying that that's the truth. That's just my opinion. Regardless, am I gonna go see this if this happens? Yeah, I think I may check it out. I mean, unless the trailers really suck, then I'm not going to. But if it looks like it's worth my time, I will at least go check it out. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really thrilled with that news. I'm curious, but I'm not thrilled right now. I am thrilled about the TV show, so I can't wait for that to happen. That's gonna be great. I mean, everybody's coming back for that, so you can't complain with that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little episode of Hoopla. I'm sure there'll be more down the road. If you liked this video, subscribe down below. Also check me out on Twitter. I post a lot of stuff on there. And also, if you want to do your own reviews of TV shows and movies, check out Stardust. Great little app. I love it. I haven't been posting very much lately, but still come check me out because I got some really good opinions on some things. Anyway, until next time, have fun, be safe, and 143.
Oh my God! No, stop!